Welcome to Dialogue with Divine Mother. And this is a class that I teach to show people, guide people into communicating with Divine Mother. And not only Divine Mother, but any divine being for that matter. By any divine being, I mean a great being of truth, light, and love. One who knows they are infinite and whole, and whose only purpose is to help us recognize that we are infinite and whole, and one with all that is. So Divine Mother is really an expert at that, and as many of you know, I communicate with Divine Mother. I do Divine Mother healings with the tools Divine Mother has given me, and I also teach a class called Dialogue with Divine Mother, which is about learning how to talk to Divine Mother. Once you know how to talk to Divine Mother, then we will teach you how to talk to other great beings. You know, in the realm of the divine, they are all one. There's this wholeness and oneness, and yet each expression of the divine has a particular signature, and they can be accessed. So I'm going to talk about this course that I teach in how to do that. There are three main things that you would be learning. The first one is how to connect. The second one is how to discern that you truly are connected to the divine. And the third one is how to heal any blocks or discord that could disconnect you. Many people, when they get an internal message, they think, was that God talking to me, or was that just my thought? Well, there's a way to determine what that was. So I'm going to teach you that, and it's something that you'll want to use frequently, because it's very important that you know where the knowledge and wisdom that you're getting from inside is coming from. So I've been working with Divine Mother for many years, gosh, at least 15 years, but prior to working with Divine Mother, I worked with Jesus. And I feel that Jesus led me to Divine Mother. I really call myself a facilitator of the Divine Mother work, because Divine Mother really does the work. And I just get her messages and share them with people, and that's how the work is actually done. So I'm going to start tonight by just letting us all go within. We've probably had busy days and everything's been, been very active. So I'm just going to ask you all to close your eyes, and we're going to just unify with each other and unify with the divine. So let's breathe into our hearts. The heart is the home of Divine Mother. So we always reference our hearts. We do that by breathing into the heart. And not just breathing down the throat, but bringing the breath in through the front of the chest, directly into the heart area, as an energy, as the energy of breath. And as you breathe into your heart center, notice what's there. Often people will notice tightness or tension, pain sometimes. Other people will notice silence, openness, expansion. Whatever you are noticing, breathe into it. The breath carries life force. And as you breathe into the heart, the life force dissolves the discord, dissolves the pain. So if there's pain, breathe into the pain as you move your attention into the heart. If there's heaviness or constriction, breathe into that as you move your breath into the heart. It will help it to dissolve. And that's what we want. We want it to dissolve. So the access to your heart is clear and open, free. I said earlier that the heart is the home of Divine Mother. So by breathing into the heart, you're entering the home of Divine Mother. So we'll start this way, breathing into our hearts. And then I'm going to just clear some of the energy so that we're all connected, we're all unified. And we're unified with Divine Mother as well. I'm going to invite Divine Mother and many of her beautiful expressions, both male and female, from all of the world's traditions. I call upon Divine Mother and her many aspects. I call upon, from the Christian faith, Mother Mary. I invite Saint Mary Magdalene. I call upon the Black Madonna. I call upon all the wonderful expressions of Divine Mother from the Christian faith. I invite from the Jewish faith Shekinah. I call on the Divine Fatima from Islam. I invite from the Hindu faith Mother Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga, Kali, Parvati, and all the mothers from the Hindu faith. I invite Tara and Kuan Yin from the Buddhist faith. I call upon Amaterasu from the Shinto faith. White buffalo calf woman of the Native Americans. Gaia, Mother Earth, Prakriti, Mother Nature. Continue to breathe into your heart center. As we invite these expressions of Divine Mother, there's an energy that comes with each one, and we're connecting with that energy, embracing it, and it's lifting our energy into a new place. We're continuing to breathe into the heart, to open the heart, so that we have easy access to a Divine Mother and friends. So now we're going to invite the master teachers around whom the world's spiritual traditions have grown. Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, Abraham and Moses, the divine presence of Mohammed, Lord Buddha, Lao Tzu of the Taoist faith, and from the Hindu faith, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Brahm. We invite the archangels. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Zadkiel, Uriel, Mentiel, Jophiel, Camiel, Chamuel, Metatron, all of the archangels. Continue to breathe into your heart. And we call upon the Ascended Masters, Babaji, Sananda, Hilarion, Serapis Bey, Dwal Kul, Katumi, Saint Germain, Brother Francis, Lady Nada, Lady Liberty, and all the Ascended Ones. Breathe into your heart. We're stepping into the divine. We're stepping into the regions where the divine exist. We're inviting them by name, and as we invite them, we move in to where they exist. So that communication, dialogue, can be easy and simple. I'm going to also invite the gurus, the great master teachers, who come to remind us who we really are, infinite, whole, one with God. So I call upon many of the gurus from ancient times and from modern times. From the Vedic tradition, Vyasa, Vasishta, Vishwamitra, Shukadeva, Shankara, Brahmananda Saraswati, Sri Ramana Maharshi, Sri Ramakrishna, Anandamayi Ma, Paramahansa Yogananda, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, all of the knowers and seers of truth, the divine mothers in physical form, Amaji, Karunamayi, Mother Mira, Shrima, Anandima, Gurumai. Please invite others, other gurus, other great sages, master teachers, those who have touched your life in a deep and profound way, reminding you that you are a divine being living in a physical form. Continue to breathe into your heart. The divine nectar is pouring into us. As we move into these subtle realms, divine nectar begins to flow and fill us, soothing us, dissolving issues, enabling light and life to fill us. Soma, Soma, the divine nectar pouring in. I call upon the divine self of everyone now listening, and all those who will listen to this later in the future. We invite your divine self. There's a sacred sphere of light surrounding us, holding us in a sacred space. Archangel Michael stands guard around this sacred space. Archangel Michael stands to the north of us, the south of us, the east of us, the west of us, above us and below us. We are safe and protected within this sacred sphere of holy light. The loving, liquid, golden, healing substance of divine love is pouring into us. We are filled with divine love, flooded with divine love, bathed in divine love. More and more divine love is pouring into us moment by moment. You are being lifted, healed, cleansed, and freed in divine love. Soften in your hearts. Soften in your throat. Soften in your third eye. And now at the crown. Soften at the base. Base of the spine, base of the body. Soften in your pelvic area. Soften in your navel. And then in your heart. Soften in your throat. And the third eye. The the crown, and the base. Soften in your pelvic area. And again in the navel. Soften in the solar plexus. And now in your heart. We're settling down. We're moving into the home of Divine Mother. And now we're going to clear some of the discord, some of the things that could block our connection to Divine Mother. So first we're going to clear at the emotional level. And I'm going to use vibrational tools to do this. Tools Divine Mother has given me, and tools that you are going to learn in this course, Dialogue with Divine Mother. They're tools that do two things. They clear discord, blocks, and they lift your vibration. So first we're going to clear at the emotional level by saying, go into the light. You are a divine being. Your command is a divine command. So when you say go into the light, to discordant energy, to limited energy, the energy leaves your system. So at the emotional level, we're going to say go, go, go into the light. Go into the light, go into the light. Go, go, go into the light. Go, 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 go into the light. And if you would say inside, I give myself permission to let go, assisting the process by saying, I give myself permission to let go. The divine nectar is pouring in. And now we're going to clear at the mental level. Soften in the brain. Soften at the crown at the top of the head. Soften in your third eye. And again, we're going to say to the energies at the mental level, go, go into the light. Every time you say the word go, sparkles of light flow out. Go, go, go. So you're filling the discord, the limitations with light, giving them light as they enter the light. Go into the light. Go into the light. Go, go, go. And then soften at the brow. As divine light pours into us, as divine light fills us, more and more divine light, inundating, saturating, permeating, penetrating, every layer and level of our existence. More light and more light. You're going to learn how to use these vibrational tools in this dialogue course. Go into the light. You're also going to learn how to know when it's clear. Go into the light, go into the light. And now we're going to clear at the etheric level, saying the same thing. Go, go, go. And then break. Break is another divine tool. It's another divine command. Break. Breaking the structures, energy structures, thought structures that could hold you in a small cage, in a small identity. Break. Go. Break. Go. Shatter. Break. Go into the light. Go into the light. Go into the light. Soften in your heart again. Soften in the third eye. And then at the crown. And now at the physical level, break, 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 break. Anything in the physical body that's blocking life force, break, go, break, go, break. Break, shatter, go. Break, shatter, go. Go into the light. And now we're going to clear at the astral level. Go into the light, go into the light, go into the light. Go, go into the light. Go. Soma, soma, ma. The causal level. Go, break, go. I'm just doing a quick little healing tonight. As many of you know, we have very in-depth healings. But tonight we're just going to clean ourselves up a little bit, connect to Divine Mother, and hear about this Dialogue with Divine Mother course. So clearing at the causal level, go into the light, go into the light. And divine love is pouring into the causal level. More and more divine love, filling us. The celestial level, anything blocking at the celestial level, go, go, break, breaking any structures that are interfering with the experience of pure wholeness. Break, go, shatter, break, go into the light. Soma, soma, soma. Divine nectar pouring in. And then pure spirit. Pure spirit is always pure. But often we need to clear our attitudes towards it that limit our experience of it. So any concepts or fears, some people are angry about God, about the divine, we clear that and allow the full experience of pure spirit to be received. So for any discord there, we again say, go. Go into the light. Go. 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 The avenue of awareness is the way you perceive the world. So we're going to clear the perceptions. Again, by saying go into the light and filling with divine light. We are bathed in divine light, healed by divine light, more and more divine light. Thank you, thank you. And the divine nectar is pouring in. So now I'm going to bring you all out, back, into a discussion so that we can talk about this course. Now that we've settled down and cleared off some of the day's dust, I call it, connected with the divine. So just take a few minutes to shift. I always recommend putting your fingertips together over your navel. Thumb and fingertips of one hand touching the thumb and fingertips of the other hand and placing it over the navel. And then we'll say, I am alert. Just some affirmations. I am alert. I am awake. I am inwardly and outwardly balanced. I am whole. I am one with all that is. I am divinely protected by Divine Mother's love. My aura and body of light are radiant with divine presence. And then take a minute to plan on having a very empowered aura. Imagine your aura being vibrant with light. Alive with light, sparkling with light. This strong aura protects you from negativity. A strong, vibrant aura actually dissolves negativity that might come towards you. Soma, Soma. And then, let's see. We're going to say, I am aligned with truth. I am whole. And then take some breaths. We'll breathe in and exhale, sending the breath into Mother Earth. And then another in-breath and an exhale. Filling Mother Earth with the breath, grounding on the earth. Another in-breath. And then exhaling, grounding, stabilizing on Mother Earth. The divine nectar is pouring in. Soma, Soma, Soma. More and more divine nectar. So, everybody out, take your time. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't come out, you might not hear what I have to say. And I think you'd like to know how we dialogue with Divine Mother. We do have deep healing sessions every week on Saturday mornings at 10 Central and Tuesdays at 12:15 Central Time. So come back for those. But right now I want to talk to you about the class, Dialogue with Divine Mother. It's a course that developed because people kept asking me, how do you do this? I want to know how to do this. And I actually did teach myself how to do this. It wasn't something that just happened. I decided some years ago that I wanted to find what I called the kingdom of heaven. I was a meditation teacher and I was meditating and experiencing that source, that unbounded infinite source, quite frequently, but to me that wasn't heaven. Heaven was a place where there were divine beings, angels, where I could talk to God. And of course, probably many of you have heard or read of the book Conversations with God. And I said, that's for me. So I decided I was going to find this elusive kingdom of heaven. And at the time, my daughter was an infant. And so I guess it was 30 years ago. She's now 30. So when she would take her nap every afternoon, I would go into my room and just sit there with my eyes closed and say, okay, show me the kingdom of heaven. You know, I really didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that it was inside because of the phrase, the kingdom of heaven is within you. So I thought, okay, I've got to look inside. And I would close my eyes and say, okay, show me the kingdom of heaven. Jesus, I think you said that. The kingdom of heaven is within. Where is it? So nothing really happened for a while, but I was persistent. I would close my eyes and there would just be this sort of darkness and thoughts and darkness. And but I did it every day. And after a few weeks, it got a little boring. But one day, as I was sitting there, I saw a flicker of light. And I was so relieved to see something that I just immediately started watching this flicker of light. And as I watched it, it would expand, it would break up into spots, it would fall on me, it would do all kinds of things. Light is very capable of entertaining you. So for the next few weeks, I just watched light every time I closed my eyes. And if a light wasn't there, I would call it up. I would say, light, where are you? And it would show up. So I watched the light for a while, and I realized that the light did all kinds of marvelous things. It would pour into me. Waves of light would come in. It would, oh gosh, go different places in my body. But even more significant than watching the light, I noticed how good I felt after having an experience with light. So I started to call on the light. I started to say, divine light is filling me now. Divine light is pouring into me. More and more light is filling me. And as I said those words, more light would come into me. And then I started playing with it even more, and not outside, I call this my heaven research. After the heaven research, if my husband came home from work kind of grumpy, I would secretly just start saying, divine light is pouring into him. More light and more light and more light. And he would change. So I felt like this light was like a flashlight somehow to get me to this kingdom of heaven that I was looking for. And I'm not going to tell all the steps of the story, but I used the divine light and I kept looking for the kingdom of heaven, asking Jesus, since he was the main one who had said that I knew of that said the kingdom of heaven is within you. I kept saying, okay, Jesus, I'm taking this on faith. You better show me. And over the months and even years, I will say, more and more of these, what I now call vibrational tools, like divine light, kept coming to me. Another one, divine love, divine nectar. And then I was starting to learn about my inner terrain. I would notice blocks and I would need something to clear the block, and I would say, I learned that I needed to say, go into the light, or break. And all of these wonderful vibrational tools presented to me while I was looking for this kingdom of heaven. They actually helped me get there, to clear those blocks that were inside, that were preventing me from realizing and perceiving and experiencing this heaven. So, fast forwarding, I used these as healing tools and did a lot of healing for myself, and gradually I would hear inner communications, and it always came from my heart. And so I learned that the heart is the home of the divine, and I started developing my attention on the heart. And more things happened, and I started to talk to Jesus. I started to talk to archangels, Archangel Michael, and they introduced me to this marvelous, incredible, amazing being who is now my primary connection, and that is Divine Mother. And then things really started to happen. So what I want to do, these were just some steps that I went through to learn how to communicate with Divine Mother, and it took me some years, but now I know how to teach you how to do this, if you're interested in learning. And actually, this course that I'm teaching, we learn it on the first day. So it really only takes a couple hours to learn. But the course itself is 8 meetings. And they're longer meetings. They're about 4.5 to 5 hours long. We do take a break. But the reason they're so long is because we go into this realm of where these divine beings reside, and we practice communicating with them. And there are 3 important things to learn. The first one is just how to communicate, and I'll give you some tips on that in a minute. Just how to know that you're in contact with a divine being. And it really is not as hard as you think, because they want to talk to us. In fact, they're around us all the time, trying to get our attention. So all we have to do is learn how to let our attention and awareness move to them. So the first thing we'll learn is how to do that, how to communicate. The second thing is how to discern. And this is very important. How to discern that you really are in touch with the divine being, Divine Mother, for example. Well, we always start with Divine Mother. And so there's a process that you learn to be able to authenticate that you're actually in touch with the divine, not just your own thinking mind, or not something else, some other energy or entity that doesn't have the status and divine presence of Divine Mother. So the discernment part is important. And the third thing that you'll be learning in this course is how to clear the blocks. And I have developed, now I have about 28 or so vibrational tools that you'll be receiving in a booklet, and you'll learn about them and how to use them. So virtually any kind of obstruction that could show up, you will learn how to clear. And this is a very wonderful thing in and of itself. I teach people, and some of you may have taken this class, of just how to use these vibrational tools, because they're so effective in clearing discord of any kind. Discord within you, discord in friend or family member, just by pouring in, using a divine tool. So you'll get a packet of these tools, and then we'll show you how to use them. So the course is really pretty basic. You learn how to communicate with the divine, you learn how to discern, and then you learn how to clear yourself so that you can actually receive the messages. I will be doing a very deep healing every time we meet also, and you'll learn how to do deep healings yourself. So here's how we communicate. These are the first steps. You get yourself nice and quiet and centered in the heart. The heart is the place where the divine resides. So I have all kinds of tools to get you out of your head and into your heart. Breathing into the heart is a very simple one. So you take your attention to the heart. And really, if the mind is just, chattering away, take deeper breaths into the heart to try to settle the mind. There are many wonderful breathing techniques to settle the mind and bring you into your heart. But I just use a very simple one, which is breathing naturally into your heart, like we did already this evening. Noticing what's there, and then breathing into whatever is there. The breath can take you deeper and deeper. The breath can actually even dissolve blockages if you breathe into that blockage. So this brings your attention to the heart. Not just the heart organ, the whole heart chakra, the whole heart energy center. And we even include the solar plexus because that's a very stabilizing area. Solar plexus, heart. So you breathe into it, and then what you do is you just say, Divine Mothers, and you say it quietly inside, Divine Mother, come forth. And then you wait. And as you're waiting, you're alert to notice what's happening. And then you say again, Divine Mother, come forth. And be alert to what happens in your energy. This is where your subtle senses start to develop. You might notice a light. You might notice an expansion. You might notice a warmth. You might notice just an energy surrounding you, like a soft, loving energy. It's different for everyone. So, let's start. Well, we don't really have to start, but again, we can say, Divine Mother, come forth. And notice what happens. And in the Course, we're going to actually talk about what happens. But there's some energy signal to you that, yes, I'm here. And you may not notice that at first, but just notice the energy. And as you notice it, you're going to ask, are you Divine Mother? You're going to talk to the energy. Are you Divine Mother? And I advise you to talk with your heart voice rather than the mind. Just, are you Divine Mother? And then watch what the energy does next. It will do something. Something that will indicate either a yes or a no. Now, a yes is always an expansion of the energy. A no would be a contraction or nothing happening. If it's a no, you would want to go into use some of the healing tools that you're going to be learning in the course. If it's a yes, you ask a third question. And this third question actually needs some explanation, which we talk about in the course. But it's along the lines of, I'm asking Divine Mother which question to tell you. All right. Do you come in the name of God? But let your heart ask the question. Do you come in the name of God? Because your mind might have all kinds of opinions, and we don't care about the mind's opinions. We're looking at the energy. And again, you would want to get a yes or a no. An expansion or a contraction. So this is the beginning. And in this course, I'm going to give you individual guidance. I have a maximum of 6 people in a course, so that in each class. If 12 people sign up, I simply hold 2 classes. So, but I don't want any more than 6 people, because I want to be able to individually guide each of you in that very deep, intimate experience. So then I would ask you, what are you noticing now? And you would tell me, and then you would get the next instruction. Divine Mother, do you want to say something now? Yes. Okay, she's saying, I am Divine Mother. I come in the name of love. I come in the name of truth. I come in the name of God. I love you. My heart is so joyful to be here with you and tell you about how we can become closer and how I can actually share my life with you in a deep and intimate way. I want you to know how much I love you. And I want you to know who you are and why you are here. And how to give the gifts that you have to give. I want a personal relationship with you. I want to be able to help you through the challenges you meet in this world. I want to help you avoid certain experiences and embrace other experiences. I want to help you be all that you are. So I'm offering this course so that we can become more intimate. I love you deeply. I have a lot more to tell you and to answer all of your questions. Connie is my assistant, and I'll let her talk now. That's very true. She teaches the course. Divine Mother teaches this class, and I simply facilitate her. So, communicate, discern, and then learn to heal and clear. These three things are our focus. As you can tell, perhaps, it's a very powerful experience to connect with Divine Mother. It's truly life transforming. And that's one reason that our classes are 4.5 hours long. It's so that we can stay in that connection for a long period of time and move around in that dimension of Divine Mothers. We're literally going into her home. We're imbibing the energy of her home. And being in her presence transforms us on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and definitely spiritually. It's a wonderful course. People who take this course experience their life changing. You'd end up getting more onto your purpose, whatever your divine purpose is for being here on this planet. Divine Mother will see that you step into it. You're not here accidentally. You have a reason for being here, a divine reason. And that's one of the wonderful things that happens as you develop this relationship with Divine Mother, is you step into this divine purpose, which is within all of our hearts, but we haven't always had much access to our hearts. And moving into the heart hasn't been something we've been taught. This world has been much more mentally dominated. But it turns out that all of the answers are really in our hearts. And Divine Mother is coming now to show us these answers and help us to utilize them, not only for ourselves, but for our communities and for the whole human race, literally. So this is really a very profound course, and definitely transformational. So I'm going to let Guy, would you like to talk a little more about, well, let me just say a little bit about it before I hand it over to Guy to give you the details. We meet once a week for 4 weeks, and then we take a break of 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the group, depending on what's comfortable for the people in the group. At least a 1-week break, and then we meet again for 4 more weeks consecutively. And the first meeting is on September 10th, and that's a Sunday. But we don't always have to meet. It's a Sunday afternoon because most people have that free, especially if they're working 5 days a week. But we don't have to meet on that day if that's not convenient for our group. But I always ask people just plan on Sundays, 4 Sundays in a row from September 10th. And then we'll take a break. And then towards I can even give you the exact dates when I look at it. But then towards the end of the middle of October, we're going to pick up again for another 4 weeks. The class is an 8-week course, but people can take it in these 4-week blocks for a variety of reasons that they may decide to. So we start with 2 4-week blocks. Let's see. I know there may be some questions. The fees, you probably want to know. So the fee is, keep in mind it's a 5-hour class, 4.5 to 5-hour class. So the fees for the first 4 weeks are $650, and then for the second 4 weeks is $650. And we have, for people that are uncomfortable with that for whatever reason, special payment plans and other arrangements that can be made. So talk to us if you want to take this and want to work out some structure so that the fees are comfortable for you. Do you want to say anything, Divine Mother? Yes. She says, if you sincerely want to take this course, we'll work it out for you. I love you, and I want you to be here with me. Thank you. Guy, is there any other practical consideration that we have to... Okay, would you please take over now?
Okay. Very good, thank you, Connie. Just wanted to go over the different payment options, and
okay.
We'll send out an email tomorrow with this information and with the links where people can register, and also who to contact if they have any questions. So you just mentioned the option is for part 1, which is $650, and part 2 is also $650. There's also the option if you want to pay for part 1 and 2 together. It would be $1,200. You want to pay for it at the same time.
Oh, right. That's right.
So we added that option, and then we have on the website also the subscription option, which is 3 times $225 a month for part 1. And I assume they can do the same for part 2 as well.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I usually do.
Okay, okay. So really, if you want to take the course, then you're looking at the option of a single payment for part 1 or the subscription, or if you're sure that you're going to take part 1 and 2 and you'd like to save on the fee, then you can buy part 1 and 2 together.
Thank you.
And yes, we'll send out an email tomorrow, and all the information will be on there.
Okay. So let's see if anybody has any questions.
Very good. If you're on the phone and you have a question, just press *2 and I'll open up the line for you. And if you're on the teleseminar, just type the question in the little box. So let me just check the computer.
What's a subscription versus?
I think he means, by subscription, he means payment plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So $225 a month until it's paid off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't understand that one. Good. That works out easier, doesn't it? They should know that, because that was very British.
Right. I think they heard. I think everyone heard.
Okay.
So the payment plan is $225 a month for, however, it would be 6 months. No, 8 months.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
I think so. Do the math. And you. Is that 6 months? 6 months?
It's
The whole thing
6
was
months total.
1200 Was 12,
1,300.
1300, so that would be about 6 months. You were closer to it with
6 months. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
That would be 1350.
There are no questions at this time. If anybody in the room has a question?
Do I need to speak into something?
Oh, yeah. Just so everyone on
Thank you.
on the web and
Just
on
hold
the
it
phone
close.
can hear you.
Hi, Connie. I have something in October, or I wouldn't be able to come to one of the Sundays.
Oh. Okay, yes. So every class is recorded. So you're going, and of course, wherever you are, we have we have Skype, we have Zoom, we have ways to get people even on the other side of the world in the class. We've had people from all over the world really take this class. But anyway, because every class is recorded, then all you would have to do is listen to the recording of the class if you missed. And we'll be skipping, I will be away from the 3rd to the 13th of October, so there won't,
I see.
we'll work it around those dates too. So if that's when you're going to be gone,
That works out.
it works out
Thank you.
perfectly. The other thing is, we're really, Divine Mother and I, once you sign up, then we really do try to work with you as far as dates and times. And usually we meet on, if we are going to meet on a Sunday afternoon, it's from usually like 1, no, we have to usually start at noon, 12 till 4:30. That's Central Time, so wherever anyone is, you'll have to adjust to that time. But then if, as I said, if the majority of the people who come on that first Sunday can't do Sundays, then we can move to a weekday or Saturday afternoon. There are many options. So it's really tailored to the people taking the class. Divine Mother's like that. She wants her children to be comfortable and not strain to have to come.
Connie, did you talk about the session with you, private session?
Oh, no, I didn't. There's one prerequisite, and that's a private session, an individual private session. And, I didn't even mention this, during the course, part of the course, itself is a private session, so that we have all 8 group sessions, but 1 private session with a practitioner, one of my trained practitioners. He's leaning over to look at me. That's why I'm leaning back to look at him. So, yes. So we would set up a private session with me either before the course or within the first week of when it starts. But some of you have already had private sessions, so you're covered. But if you haven't had one, then we should have one. Anything else I've forgotten, Guy?
I think that's good.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to say is there's a tremendous amount of knowledge that Divine Mother has. And you can imagine, I mean, she's birthing the universe, so she has tremendous knowledge. And you are going to learn how to access that knowledge. And it's very beautiful, it's very expansive. And not only can you learn to ask your personal questions, like, I don't know, little things like, is it wise for me to move here, or is it good for me to go to college there? But you can also ask the big questions, you know. I can't even think of a big question, but she's answered hundreds of them for me.
Well, I've got like four.
What is my
friends
place in the
dying.
universe?
I've got 4 friends dying right now.
Oh, she said, someone here said 4 friends died.
You know,
So,
they're dying
yes,
right now.
asking questions about birth and death.
Yeah.
Asking questions about, the way life works.
Yeah.
And learning how to make it work better for you.
Yeah.
So it's, all
Or
of
make
those.
it easier for them.
All of that is
Yeah.
definitely available and accessible, and we'll be practicing. The reason we have this for 8 weeks is every week we practice going within, receiving, her presence and knowledge. And one of the most, one of the most exciting things is learning how to translate her language, her vibrational language, into English words. And it's, again, not hard, because you have the structure right within you as to how to do that. You just have to wake it up. And first you use your intuition, and it's just, we discuss all these things in quite a lot of depth so that you feel very comfortable with what you're doing. And it's a really fun class to teach for me, mostly because the Divine Mother teaches it. So I'm just giving you passing on her messages to you. And she has individual messages and guidance for each person, because everyone learns this slightly differently, has a different arrangement in your system. Your subtle perceptions, which is what allow you to perceive her energetic presence, are all unique for everyone. So it's really fun to share that in the class and learn about everybody else's perceptions and realize that they're all valid. So, so anyway, we'll have a wonderful time. We always do when Divine Mother's involved. So thank you, everyone. And Guy, is everyone just supposed, you're going to send everyone an email, right? And they'll just email
Yes.
you back if they decide to go for it. Thank you.